What's up, guys? My name's Captain Dave and welcome back to Mass Effect 3, where last time we left off we went around and turned in a whole bunch of side quests on the Citadel and made a much neater, prettier looking mission summary. Only 6 things on there to do. That makes me a very happy Dave and a very happy Shepard. But the next thing we have to do on our list is to go to speak. Yeah, I'm watching you. Is to go and speak to Dr. Bryson to see what it is he's uncovered on to do with the Reapers. Dr. Bryson's lab.
I want you to match this against all known locations and update the map. Then contact the field teams for progress report.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Commander Shepard. We've been expecting you. Just a moment. And Hadley, could you gather the Leviathan data for us? Apologies, Commander. The rest of my team is out investigating leads right now. I'm Dr. Bryson, and this is Task Force Aurora.
What's your assignment?
Our mandate is to investigate legends, rumors, old stories about the Reapers before anyone knew they existed.
That's an interesting goal, but is anyone doubting the Reapers exist these days?
The Alliance is still desperate for intelligence. Reaper motives, their operational tactics. Anything that can give us an edge.
And how did you wind up in charge?
When the rest of the galaxy says something doesn't exist, I take that as a chance to prove that it does.
So you're in it for the challenge?
For the truth. Even as late as 2148, humanity still thought aliens were a myth. That was within my lifetime. Once that myth was proven to be reality, our entire history changed.
Reapers were part of that reality too.
But even they have a history, Commander. If we can just uncover it, there may be a weakness we can exploit.
It's actually a good point, because you think about it, all the stuff that we in human history put up as myths or history or fairy tale, suddenly aliens become true, and you have to revisit all those myths and fairy tales to see if there was in fact any truth in it. I suppose now the Reapers are here banging on our doors, they need to look into all the myths and all the past and all the legends and stories and everything else to see if there's any truth and anything we can uncover. So, hell, glad to have someone on the bandwagon there, dude.
Could have used your help 3 years ago.
Yes. If people had paid more attention to your Prothean beacon, we might not be in this war. But now with new information we've uncovered, a breakthrough's near. Hadley, do you have the data?
No!
This is Commander Shepard. I need C-Sec at my location, now!
You shouldn't be here. The darkness can't be breached.
Transit records show his name is Derek Hadley. He's worked here for a couple months.
Shepard, I monitored a C-Sec alert from this location. Were you harmed?
I'm fine. But I could use your help sorting this out, Edie. Take a look through their files. I need to know what this task force was up to.
At once.
What? What's happening?
Yeah, very good question.
You tell me.
I was gathering our data when you arrived, and then it was dark. Cold. Like I was someplace else.
And then?
I don't know! A gun was in my hand. Dr. Bryson, there was a loud noise.
That was you shooting him.
I didn't do it, it wasn't me! You have to believe that.
Dude, I saw you do it. I was standing right there. But, I mean, it doesn't take a genius to know there's something else going on here.
So someone else pulled that trigger?
But I would never do that!
Commander, this does resemble reports of indoctrination.
Indoctrination? Me?
What about that Leviathan Bryson mentioned? How does that tie in?
It's some kind of creature. Our field teams have been tracking it. That artifact came in from our researcher, Garneau. He sent an audio log if you wanna...
What's wrong?
Turn back.
What are you talking about?
The darkness cannot be breached.
Damn it. Get him over to the clinic. See if they can tell us what's wrong with him.
Yes, sir.
Commander, you'll want to see this. It's an outgoing message from Dr. Bryson to Admiral Hackett.
Dr. Bryson, you have an update? Admiral, the Leviathan of Dis that we've been investigating, I think we're really onto something. Give me the brief. About 20 years ago, the Batarians discovered a Reaper corpse that had died in battle. They covered it up and denied it ever existed. But I'm intrigued by the larger implication. What could have killed the Reaper in the first place? Exactly. That's the real Leviathan. It's worth pursuing. Continue your investigation and update me on the progress.
There is also a follow-up message from a few weeks later.
Admiral, the Reapers are shadowing my field teams as if they're hunting Leviathan themselves. Whatever it is, I believe Leviathan is nothing less than a Reaper killer. Almost an apex predator, and it has them nervous. If we could just find it, imagine the impact on the war. I'm formally requesting assistance in tracking it down. You'll have it. This is now your top priority, Doctor. Find that thing.
It appears we were meant to be that assistance.
Looks like, well, I was going to say we turned up too late, but we actually turned up in the nick of time, just a little slow off the mark. Oh yeah, to be honest, both of these answers are correct. It sounds dangerous and useful. It just depends. If it works for us, useful. If it works against us, dangerous.
Anything capable of killing a Reaper could do a lot of collateral damage.
Yet given the state of this conflict, I believe the saying, "The enemy of my enemy is my friend," may be relevant.
But we won't know unless we can find it.
Bryson's assistant did say they recently received a log from their field researcher. It may yield more information.
Okie dokie, so it looks like we are playing Detective Shepard and having a look around this place. But yeah, as that message between Bryson and Hackett said, is the fact that not only is this Leviathan a thing that the Reapers are actually scared of and they're like actively pursuing because they know it can beat them. I also was more interested in the fact that Batarians found a Reaper and covered it up. I mean, the fact that the Batarians have been nearly run to extinction now by the Reapers, you got to think that's kind of karma for covering up something that huge.
This must be the artifact the assistant mentioned. And here's the log.
Dr. Bryson, it's Garneau. I'm sending you an artifact I found. About the only thing I found there, in fact. Maybe it's nothing, but I'd swear Leviathan came through here. I'm gonna crunch some numbers. Burn up the rest of this project travel allowance. Maybe I can project our Reaper killer's movements. I'll check in when I get to the next site.
Garneau appears to be our best lead to track Leviathan, but he does not state a destination.
Let's focus on what he does say then.
He mentioned extrapolating Leviathan's path.
And crunching numbers. He wasn't flying blind. He had data.
A significant amount of data, judging by this office.
So how do we narrow it down?
Bryson and his colleagues evidently used a galaxy map search program in their hunt for Leviathan. It may help us locate Garneau.
Time for us to get our detective on. Well, the first thing I thought when I said about this artifact, that looks a lot like the spheres. In Mass Effect 1 we found that big glowing sphere that had like 3 pages worth of text to read about it. And then Mass Effect 2 in a few side missions we come across that big ball that disappeared into a smaller ball. That looks a lot like that. And in every single case where we found one of these balls, indoctrination has taken place. I don't know, just it's adding up, it's adding up. Ha! We need to get one of those in the Normandy. Hell, we need to bring that thing on missions. We need to make it a hood ornament on the front of the Normandy. Going up against a Reaper. For Earth! This is Sparta! Anyway, yeah, I know Edie's standing there giving me the old evil eye. I'm going to get searching.
Does this tell us where Garneau went?
No. But we may be able to narrow down his location if we find clues he was using in his search for Leviathan.
Alright, let's go hunting for clues. Are you a clue? Are you sure about that? Alright, fair enough. Fun time's over.
These are all murders in which the accused lacked a known motive and claimed memory loss.
Just like Bryson's assistant. You think Garneau was following a trail of blackout crimes?
It is possible. We need to find data matching dates and locations for crimes of this nature.
Here's the time and date chart for the crimes. Can you filter for murders where the killer claimed memory loss?
Adding the search filter, you may examine the results on the Galaxy Map program.
Okie pokes, let's see what we have here already.
Blackout crimes?
No results. Some of our search parameters may be irrelevant.
Okay, so it looks like blackout crimes might be out. Let's deactivate that for now. See what else we can find around the office. Let's start outside. I believe outside we can actually find ourselves an upgrade. Bryson isn't going to be using it anymore. Oh, I see you down there. SMG, high velocity barrel. And the good thing I love about this bit of DLC is at any point you can just up and leave and come back to it later. It's not like one of those ones where you, as soon as you start it, that's it, you're stuck doing it forever. At any point you can just leave and come back to it and pick up where you left off. Which I think is kind of nifty. Some pistol. Ultralight materials 1. Well, I suppose this bit of DLC was available from the very start of the game, so it would make sense that it would only be pistols 1, but I don't think we need that.
Sovereign. Vanguard of our destruction. How's that working out for you, big guy?
Making a little dig, are you there, Shepard? I don't blame you. The guy kind of has it coming. Or the guy, the Reaper, the big squid monster thing.
By Anne Bryson, age 9.
This does not seem relevant at the moment.
At the moment, nice bit of foreshadowing there, Edie.
Dr. Bryson, per your request, I'm clearing Task Force Aurora for intercepted Batarian communications regarding the Leviathan of Dis.
Commander, the Dreadnought is in custody, but the Solarians may have surveillance footage. Our ambassador will issue a full denial. Give me your preliminary analysis. Several million years old at least, and its technology outstrips anything on the Council. Excellent. Our scientists will work day and night to bring its secrets to the hegemony. One concern, Commander. The real Leviathan of Dis, the thing that destroyed the ship, is still out there, unaccounted for. Irrelevant. The ship is our priority. And as far as the rest of the galaxy is concerned, there is no Leviathan of Dis. There never was.
Honestly, I mean, I know a few Batarians don't speak for the whole group, but every Batarian we meet has been a big douchebag. Oh, I'm guessing that's Anne Bryson, although she ain't age 9 anymore. It seems like every Batarian we meet is a major douchebag. I mean, they found a Reaper and they just decided to keep all the technology and try and use it for themselves. I mean, I guess that's why they outcast themselves from the Citadel, but... and then they just like... They know there's a big creature out there that can kill a thing that's millions of years old, and yet they decide not to tell anyone about it.
By Anne Bryson, age 9.
This does not seem relevant at the moment.
Man, those pictures are just everywhere. How many pictures did she draw?
March 7th, 2186. I'm looking at the Rachni. Their movements during the Rachni Wars suggest alien influence. But the timing is wrong. And Rachni weren't implanted with Reaper tech. What if Leviathan was preparing the Rachni to fight the Reapers?
What do you think, Edie?
It is possible that Bryson's team is using ancient Rachni fleet activity to find Leviathan. If we can find data on the movement of ancient Rachni ships, it may help us narrow our search.
Man, it seems like the Rachni can just never cut a break. First the Protheans use them to wage war, end up in the War of the Protheans. Then they rebel against us and we get the Krogan to exterminate them down. Then we realise we think the Reapers actually were using the Rachni to try and fight us as their first attempt to take us over before Sovereign. And now we realise it might have actually been Leviathan using the Rachni against us to try and combat the Reapers. Man, these Leviathan, they just... these Rachni, they just can't catch a break.
Those appear to be sightings of ships that match Rachni signatures.
Can you add a cross-reference for locations of sightings?
Adding this search filter to the galaxy map.
Good, good. The more information we can get, the better. Hey, and the more upgrades we can get, the better too.
Meteorite fragment, maybe?
He was studying it as an object of importance. We should look more closely at a sample.
Meteorite sample. With traces of element 0. Would Leviathan need ESO?
While it is not consumed as fuel during FTL travel, element 0 will decay after several centuries of active use. If Leviathan is old enough, it would need to replenish its supplies.
Okay. Can you give me a search filter for locations with element 0?
Adding the search filter now.
Just more information. Wow. Huh.
Loch Ness Monster?
Plesiosaur.
Loch Ness Monster is more interesting.
Interesting and non-existent.
Hey, you leave Nessie out of this. What'd she ever do to you, Edie? Oh man, that is quite a bit of reading. But it's about the Thorian, and... do you know what? That's going to take a long time for me to read, so you guys feel free to pause and read this at your discretion. I would heavily suggest reading it because it does pertain to what we're doing now, but if I do it, it's going to take up like half the video. So feel free to read that at your own will.
Bryson was tracking unexplained creature sightings.
The photographs have a trace chemical residue. It may be visible under another light source. Bryson was not merely tracking sightings. He was attempting to extrapolate a course.
And Garneau could have been following that course. Edie, can you add a search filter for systems along that projected path?
Adding it now.
So we've got a lot of data to filter through. That's what you come in. That's where you come in handy there, Edie. Using a bit of that quantum processing power that I assume you have up in that noggin of yours.
This appears to be encrypted data on Reaper fleet activity.
You think it's relevant?
Possibly, but it is impossible to say without more data and the decryption key.
Sir, this is Bryson. We know the Reapers are after Leviathan. Studying Reaper hunting patterns could be vital to finding it.
That data is classified top secret, Dr. Bryson. If it falls into the wrong hands...
It won't. The data's encrypted. I'll keep the decryption key safe. Close to my heart.
Close to his heart. What the hell does that mean?
Well, I suppose you can take the more literal sense and think it's on his person, like right next to his heart. But I've got a feeling there's something a lot more close to his heart.
By Anne Bryson. Age 9.
Records indicate Anne is now 28. She works for the Alliance.
Bryson was keeping the encryption key close to his heart. What's closer than family?
An interesting hypothesis, but I detect no trace of the decryption key in this art.
Maybe because this picture of art just contains a big, stupid jellyfish. Oh man, kids, they can be so stupid.
The Reaper fleet activity is encrypted, per Bryson's statement in the law.
He said he was keeping the decryption key close to his heart.
Oh, wondered what Edie was doing then. Let's go check that other... Yeah, let's go check that other picture upstairs. Maybe that's got something that might come in handy. Or in saying that, actually, I thought we might be able to click on the picture.
Another piece of Anne Bryson's childhood art.
Wait a minute. Well, take a look at that.
I can use these numbers to construct a decryption key.
Alright, let's get back to the data pad we found earlier.
I love how Edie keeps referring to that 9-year-old's work as a quote marks art in quote marks. It's like she's a 9-year-old, Edie. So cold, but so funny.
Decryption complete. Analyzing data. These movements do not match the standard invasion pattern. The Reapers are searching for something.
And I'll bet Garneau used this intel. Can you make a search filter for it?
Doing so now.
Alright, good, good. I think we might have enough information there to actually be able to narrow down enough where we need to search. Do you agree, Head? Too true. Hey, things with you and Joker don't work out. I think I found you a boyfriend. Anyway, right, let's do this. What should we look out? What should we do? Creature sightings, blackout crimes. Well, blackout crimes came up with nothing earlier. Rachni activity, element 0, Reaper activities. Well, if the Reapers had found the Leviathan, then there'd be nothing there to find. So I'm going to say they're going to need element 0.
Element 0 deposits.
Based on the search results, Garneau is in one of these 5 systems. I have marked the Normandy map with possible locations. We can leave now, unless you wish to further narrow the search.
Nah, let's narrow this down a bit. Wow, level 54. I think we still haven't upgraded my squad since I leveled up last time. Locations of element 0. Let's do... Ooh, let's do creature sightings.
Alien sightings.
Three possibilities.
Well, that's narrowed it down a little bit. Let's try with Rachni activity.
Rachni activity.
No results. Some of our search parameters may be irrelevant.
Alright, let's take Rachni back out again. And let's chuck in Reapers.
Reaper activity?
We have a match, marking the galaxy map.
Good. Let's go find Garneau.
Boom, baby! There we go. Shepard getting his detective mode on. Alright, Edie, let's move. Oh, he's angry we found out where to go. Come on, Edie, let's do this.